Hello, everyone. Drew here for Drew That Games and the Drew That Games podcast here live on YouTube.com, episode number 53. And as I turn the volume up on that, so you guys can hear my co host, on today's stream, there's only three things we're going to discuss here today because it's a very slow news day for gaming here. The pit update is to come out around the same time as Sorry about that. As Starfield. That was not an intentional cough. That was completely involuntary. Yeah. Thank you for pointing that out, Joshy.
Okay, I just muted my mic and I was like looking at the screen. I was just turn on the volume on it. Oh, wait.
Yeah. But as I was saying, which you probably didn't hear on today's episode, we'll be talking about the pit update to come out around for Fallout 76 to come out around the time of Starfield. We'll get into that, and that is essentially the name of the stream, talking about Bethesda business. Also, it's official, Stalker 2 has been delayed indefinitely by the developer or / Microsoft, because it is supposed to be a timed exclusive or exclusive to Xbox, I believe, right?
I believe so.
Yeah, and also it's Monday the 7th, which means that tonight at 11 p.m. or midnight Eastern, therefore being Tuesday, WWE 2K20 launches for the for anyone who bought the the deluxe edition and the NWO edition and pre-ordered those, and we'll preview that as well. So, with all that in mind, Joshy064 is here. Hey, Josh.
Hello.
So, what have you been playing lately?
Been switching off and on with streams when I'm streaming Cyberpunk. Still.
How
slowly working on that.
How has that been going?
Haven't been really streaming much still. I need more though, but honestly, I think I should do 4 hours to get stuff in the game because 2 hours is usually like 1 or 2. That's it.
Yeah.
The game is so long.
From what I've seen in other reports, there are some interesting things that got updated to it. Like, for example, if you romance Panam, like after you've gone through her entire romance sequence, when you're out just doing whatever with side quests and whatever, she would send you like lewd messages. So that's a thing.
I'm still not that far yet.
So that's a nice thing, evidently. Because what that one person shared was her sending you a picture of her with her camera in front of her chest or her phone, taking a picture of herself, kind of like how women or people do to post a photo to like a dating site type of thing, except for it was her ready to hop in the shower, effectively. So obviously she had nothing on. But still, you couldn't see anything as the phone was in the way, but still. So that's a thing, no. And it's a pleasant thing that is going to be enjoyable, I suppose. But other than that, there are other various fixes here and there, and then also other shit that got broken from what I've been hearing. So, because I haven't been playing much of it myself because I've been distracted by Horizon Forbidden West, which we'll talk a little bit about after we get through our topics here.
Besides Cyberpunk, I've been offline or
Fair enough. Yeah. So, with all of that in mind, we would say hello to people in the chat, much like Mara tries to do and stuff tried to do for Talk Nerdy. But seeing as how no one's here, we're just going to get into the first thing, and then we'll say hello as people pop in, if anyone does. So with that in mind, as you guys can tell, one of the influences of continuing to do this is Talk Nerdy to Us by My Nerdy Home and Jade Shadow. So shout out to both of you beautiful ladies. So also a tradition, shout out to Drunk 3PO, my internet dad. So hey dad. But with that in mind, that's also another thought. At times it feels like Ryan is my internet mom, because I'm largely ignored. But considering you're not laughing, I guess you don't find that funny.
It's a little funny, yeah.
Because now it has to be in your head the thought of Jay impregnating Ryan at that point, and I come out of it somehow. What I don't know. I don't want to know, but here I am. So to get into our topics finally, after the weird, cringy jokes, the pit update to Fallout 76 is evidently launching around the same time as Starfield. LOL is what I have in my notes here. So, as the title of this goes, does this mean that Bethesda does not give a single flying fuck about Fallout 76 anymore? Because with a major, or I don't know if it's a major or a minor thing for Fallout 76, launching at about the same time as a new IP from Bethesda for the first time in about 25 years, I guess, coming out, who's going to give a fuck about the pit then? Answer, probably no one. Because I think I know one person that I'm friends with on Xbox Live who is still playing Fallout 76, and that's Prime of War. So I know one person still playing Fallout 76. So Prime, have fun playing that by yourself, my friend. Just saying. Because I haven't had it installed on an Xbox in a year, maybe, if even that little time ago.
I think I installed it, but I started it, but I didn't even start it. So then I just...
I only started it because I was playing it with Toxic, Prime, and Stalin on Xbox Live. So, which coincidentally was also the crew I didn't start playing Sea of Thieves with, but I had last played Sea of Thieves with as well. Because at about that time was when Fallout 76 had come out, when we had last played Sea of Thieves online together. Well, Sea of Thieves is always online. What the fuck am I talking about? But yeah, that was the crew that I did Fallout 76 with, and as I said, I was the only one to get in because the servers were sucking at launch. No surprise, it's Bethesda with an always online game. But the one person who was going in expecting it to be a nightmare, a disaster, was the one got in, me. So, and the one who was also there to review the fucking thing without taking a sharp utensil to my eyes. Well, I can still see, so that's a success in and of itself. But yeah, any thoughts on releasing anything for any Bethesda game around the time of Starfield?
I say good luck with their sales, though. Basically, if there's like a new IP, like you're saying, or like any like high-end like status game that people are like anticipating or whatnot, though, good luck.
Yeah, but that's
everybody's gonna go ahead. Yeah.
But that's also the thing. It's the same company releasing something like an add-on for one of their own games around the same time that their newest game is coming out from a completely separate thing. It's like one group of people at the very same studio isn't talking to the people across the aisle in the cubicle like 5 feet from you, as an example. They're just doing their thing, and there's this invisible wall in the office. Is what this feels like to me. We're not going to talk to them because they're working on a different project. Well, maybe you might want to at least talk to one of them to find out when their project's coming out. Just saying. Like how Joshy and I talk about like who's streaming what when, so we don't try to stream the same damn thing at the same damn time. Which
we're streamed together like at the same time, like with for games.
Well, it's one thing to do that. Well, first of all, between you and I doing that, that would actually be a good thing, streaming different games at the same time. Because if one's wrapping up, then the other can raid the other.
I can see your point there.
Just saying. So on that note, I'm with Drunk 3PO on that, or Dad on that one. But at the same time, if it's a major streamer that does not know that you exist, doesn't care that you exist, and because of it is not going to raid you, and you enjoy watching them, much like Friday Night Tights on Fridays for me, I'm not going to stream on any platform during that time because I want to watch fucking Friday Night Tights. So on that note, I disagree with you, Dad, when it comes to streaming when Gary is. Don't ever want to do that because I will never try to compete with Friday Night Tights for viewers because that's 3,000 to 6,000 people. 99.9% of them don't even follow me, I'm pretty sure. Because that's a lot of people.
Yeah.
Now, yeah, what's that?
Good luck with putting your comment in the chat too, because like they got so many people commenting, like they came to see it.
Yeah, which is why I don't even bother commenting on Friday Night Tight streams anymore. Now, on the one hand, like I think one time Gary like called out something that I said, or one of them did. No, it was because it was on Friday Night Tights. Jeremy had just announced that they were going to be playing that GOAT Call of Duty Battle Royale thing with the Geeks and Gamers team and whatnot. And the chat was going crazy with like GOAT references. And a bunch of us started using the people's names on Friday Night Tights with a GOAT reference. And I typed in the chat, heel versus GOAT face. And as saw it, and actually said live on Friday Night Tights, live on stream at the time on Friday Night Tights, heel versus goat face. Oh, fuck my life. So, thank you, Az, for that. I appreciate you, man. But still. But back to Bethesda and this thing. So, yeah, it's a piss poor business decision. Well, yeah, it's a piss poor business decision, and it looks like the different teams at Bethesda Game Studios don't talk to each other, is how it comes across to me. Any last minute thoughts before we move on to something that we talked about last week on Wednesday?
No.
So, yeah, on Wednesday, on Breaking Rocks, on the Entertainment Channel, let me bring that up on screen behind me here. Quickly. Of course, it's right next to Drunk 3PO's channel. How fitting. So, yeah, this was 4 days ago. It was the Breaking Rocks episode 20 episode where we talked about the the Disney Star Wars cruiser thingamajig, whatever the hotel crap that is. But also I brought up at the end of it with a couple of notes that I had taken that I didn't write into the outline, but I had to talk about, one of which was with the Russian invasion of Ukraine, there was a development studio there working on a game for Xbox called Stalker 2. Well, little did I know the next day, as I found out on Friday while watching Friday Night Tights at the time, that Stalker 2 is in fact being delayed indefinitely, which I had said I was expecting to happen on Breaking Rocks 4 days ago. Well, the next day it was formally announced by the studio because they are based in Ukraine. So, and rightly so. So it's not coming out in December this year, or who knows when it's coming out now. Josh, I'm going to throw it to you. Anything you want to add?
No.
So, yeah. Everything that was said that needed to be said was said on Breaking Rocks anyway. So, if you want to hear the full thoughts on this game getting delayed, we talked about it before it officially did 4 days ago. So, please go check out Breaking Rocks episode 20 on Drew Entertainment YouTube channel. It's at 3 views right now. So, please go check that out. I would greatly appreciate that. But on that note, WWE 2K20, the Deluxe Edition, and the NWO Edition are coming out tonight, 11 p.m. Central Time, midnight Eastern. And then Thursday night to Friday morning for the standard editions of them. So, with that, we can't talk about the upcoming game without bringing up WWE 2K20 and how much of a complete fucking failure and mess that was when it came to optimizing it for any platform. Josh?
I've seen plenty of videos on the internet where basically everything just so messed up, like game breaking glitches and whatnot. Though, just like this, seems like they just didn't even do
yeah.
The 2021 version.
Yeah, I have that for Xbox One digitally, and at the time, I was attempting to try to stream it on Twitch to show off the bugs and glitches. The problem with doing that was none of them happened. It played fucking smoothly. And that's when I was like with the heel versus goat face comment for me, fuck my life. I was trying to show how broken something was, and it did not act broken at all. That's my life, folks.
Yeah, that'll be my life too, where basically like I'm trying to show some game breaking bugs and all that. Same thing, like, oh no, it works now. Oh gee, thanks. Called me a liar.
Then on the other hand, there was the opposite situation for me when it came to Forza Horizon. There are too many games with the name Horizon in it lately. Forza Horizon 5, with me getting stuck in the bleachers in a stadium. Yeah. As soon as that happened, I started streaming on Twitch to show that at the time. And I know that you remember that, Joshie, because you were playing it online with me, along with gaming, I believe was, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
We were playing online together, testing out online features just at the... I haven't really checked anything
at launch of it, yeah.
But yeah.
But since then, I haven't really played it. In fact, I don't think I even have it installed on my Series S at this point either. So, but 2K22 for WWE, it needs to function first and foremost. Because if it's even a fraction as broken as 20, Visual Concepts 2K and WWE are going to have another not even close to a face plant here. And what I mean by that is another time where they're walking to take the garbage out, 2K20 here, then they wind up tripping and falling into the dumpster with everything with this game. If it functions like the last one, which was about 2 years ago now, when that came out, give or take. No, actually, it was more than that because that usually comes out like in October. This is March of the following year, so it's been more than 2 years now since the last real WWE game, and I do not consider WWE 2K Battlegrounds to be a real WWE game. That effectively what it came down to was a mobile game made for consoles is what it came down to in the end. So it is what it is. But in 2K22, where there's supposed to be a G mode, Universe mode has some new features. And there's a career mode. There's a showcase mode for, I think, Rey Mysterio's career this time. I don't know if you're familiar with Rey Mysterio.
No, I have not.
Doesn't surprise me, because you only know Hulk Hogan, Macho Man, Ultimate Warrior, John Cena, Rock, and Stone Cold Steve Austin. So, does that cover everybody?
Was it Steve Savage?
Macho Man Randy Savage.
Yeah, Randy Savage, sorry.
Steve Austin, not Steve Savage. Can you guys tell, for those that will be watching this later, tell that he knows nothing about wrestling and does not watch it? And probably never has. But still. But we still love you, Josh. But, yeah. 2K22 needs to, as the slogan for the game goes, it needs to hit different. Because if it doesn't, if it hits anything like the last game, you're fucked. Or, as Angry Joe would put it, they fucked it up. Again. But with... What's that?
You just wait to see the reviews tonight.
I'm going to be... if I have the energy, I'm going to try to play like an hour of it before I go to bed, before I have to be at work in the morning. Fortunately, I don't have to be at work till 6 o'clock this time in the morning, so I'll have a little extra time to sleep, in theory, than I normally do. But, yeah, I'm going to try to play a little of it tonight. I'm not going to stream it tonight, if at all. But next Monday, I will be talking about the game, because obviously the full game will be out by then anyway. And I will have had a week with it, so stay tuned for my review on next week's Breaking Rocks. Fuck. You know what? If I feel that it sucks, we might do it on Breaking Rocks on Wednesday. Who knows? But if it turns out to be any good, then we'll be doing it in theory on this podcast next week. But as it is, that's all I had written down. Josh, do you have anything before we go into overtime here?
No.
All right. So.
Bradley Sharp.
What's that?
Bird, FYI. Just that. Bradley Sharp's Bird, FYI. No person for bot, but yeah, it says FYI for like. What's up, Bradley? Doing?
That's a bot, dude. But anyway. But as it is, thank you for noticing, Joshy. You're minimally observant as a mod. but as it is, as we were talking about off camera, right? But like literally like seconds before we started this, Yellow Flash was reporting on Sony and developers for Horizon Forbidden West getting complaining about how popular and everything Elden Ring is. So this is my thought on, first of all, Horizon Forbidden West versus Elden Ring, because apparently this is a thing on the internet right now, which it shouldn't be in my opinion, but it is what it is. Yeah, here we go. PlayStation devs throw shade at Elden Ring and whatnot. But here's the thing, and my opinion might be in a minority here. I might come across as like again as your typical game journalist, but take it for what it's worth. But in my experience with Elden Ring, it's as advertised. Well, it's advertised as an action adventure RPG made from Software, so we know it's supposed to be Dark Souls difficult, which it is, but mixing an action adventure RPG with From Software classic difficult type of game goes together like cooking oil and water. If you're gonna drink it, let me know how much you don't think it tastes disgusting. I will laugh in your face. Because from my point of view, From Software Souls game difficulty does not mix with an action adventure RPG. Elden Ring is proof of that. On the other hand, it's also been said by Yellow Flash that people have already forgotten about Horizon Forbidden West. Maybe people aren't watching it because they went out and bought it after watching some people watch it and they're playing it themselves. Ever think of that, my friend? But still. But yeah, that's my personal opinion on the. You can what? What'd you say, Josh?
Oh, I couldn't hear you for like a couple seconds. So I thought your battery died.
No, mine is still lit up. I think it was a you problem.
Possibly.
But yeah, that's my opinion. I might probably sound like I'm coming across as a whiny game journalist. Trust me, I'm not. My criticisms are, I have no problem with Elden Ring's, or I should word it this way. I have no problem with Dark Souls difficulty in games whatsoever. They just don't fit well or work at all with an action adventure RPG type of game. Like Elden Ring is trying to be two games at once, and there's a wall there that they keep just bashing up against each other into, and not really working together. Much like the two sides of the Bethesda game studios seemingly not talking to each other about what's coming out when, type of situation. Anything you want to add, Josh?
No.
So then I'll just ask you point blank. What's your opinion on this whole thing with Elden Ring and Horizon Forbidden West and whatever the hell controversy is going on?
Thing with like what you were saying with like basically if you have like open world with a RPG or like it just doesn't work. Like the whole controversy between all of the games right now, it's just, yeah.
Here's an idea for people. Just shut up and enjoy what you enjoy and just leave the other shit alone if you don't like it. Because that's what I'm on the verge of doing. I'm on the verge of walking away from Elden Ring entirely and just moving on to other shit that I know that I'm enjoying, kind of like Horizon Forbidden West. I still got finished playing Horizon Zero Dawn still, and a whole shit of other games that I gotta finish playing, which I'm going to be working on. So, and then also, like I said earlier, WW 2K22, which is right up my alley as a longtime wrestling fan, is out tonight for me. So I got a lot of other shit to work through anyway. So Elden Ring is going to be pretty far down the list if I ever go back to it. And I'm leaning towards not. Just saying. But as it is, anything going on the Nintendo side? Because we haven't talked about Nintendo in a long fucking time.
Yeah, two new Pokemon.
What
I
are
had a couple stuff on the internet.
what are the Pokemon games called?
Is Scarlet and Violet? Yeah, Pokemon Scarlet and Pokemon Violet. Coming out. What else? There.
Frankly, my dear Scarlet, I don't give a damn.
Have an update to their online app. I've seen for gaming with me, sorry. It says version 2.0.0. Now able to check your online friend, change your own online status. I believe they also added like more pictures for your avatar or whatnot, like your little profile pictures. You did add a couple things. Well, I forget what that they added. You could add more stuff. That's all I have for Nintendo news.
Mm-hmm. So, anything left coming out this year that we're actually excited about, other than I almost said Elden Ring, because we were talking about that earlier. I meant Starfield. For you, I guess it would be Tiny Tina's Wonderlands, right?
Yeah, let's see.
For me, I guess MLB The Show, which means that at this moment it's quite slow. It's going to be quite slow for anything that exciting until November when Starfield comes out. So,
one other game I'm interested in.
What's that?
Is Evil Dead game coming out.
The what?
The Evil Dead game. Evil Dead game with Ashy Slashy.
I'm not sure.
You know the movies Evil Dead though, or like Ash vs. TV series. So you know the guy with the chainsaw, blue button-up shirt with the tan pants, chainsaw in his right hand.
Well, I can admit, like you with wrestling, I never saw it.
I'm looking at the trailer right now for it though, and it kind of reminds me of like the Friday the 13th game and like Dead by Daylight. Basically, you and like four people going against the enemy. That
Yeah, the only other thing that might move the needle a little for me is Stalker 2, but as we talked about earlier, that's not coming out for the foreseeable future now because of the situation in Ukraine. So, and rightly so, because releasing a game isn't as important as your country's right to exist. So, yeah. So as far as Xbox goes, I don't see anything that's gonna, because all I'm seeing here that really means anything to us here is WWE 2K22, like I said, Tiny Tina's Wonderlands, MLB The Show. Yeah, granted, Lego Star Wars The Skywalker Saga is here, but that features the Disney sequel trilogy, so fuck off with that game, as far as I'm concerned. Oh, this is what you're talking about. Evil Dead, the game for Series X and S. The deluxe edition is $60, and the standard next gen version is $39.99. Interesting. Oh yeah, that's the dude from the trailer. Yeah, gotcha. I remember seeing that announced. I'm like, I recognize the guy from something. I don't know what, but something. And then the new Saints Row can go fuck itself.
Yep.
So yeah, all that really means anything is generally like outside of Tiny Tina's Wonderlands and Starfield, once that eventually gets put in here, is just sports games now for the rest of the year. That's not Madden. So WWE and baseball effectively for me here. And then on Nintendo side, there's Kirby's Forgotten Land, which is the same day as Tiny Tina's Wonderlands, which I'll probably just pick up on my way out from work at the store on my way home when that comes out in about a week or two. And yeah. So other than that, that's pretty much the rest of anything that I had written down for games to cover or play or whatever.
There. I don't think there's much else gaming wise going on right now.
Yeah, otherwise, it's just going to be playing through my backlog, regardless if it's on my 360 by myself or streaming it on Twitch from my Xbox One or my Series S at that point. If I feel that said game is worth streaming, or if I feel you guys would want to watch it, but you guys are going to have to tell me if you're interested in watching something, because I can't read your fucking minds, guys. Because if I'm going to try to read my mind, I'm just going to play whatever, and you're just going to have to watch it then. Just saying. But as it is, what do you got planned for today? Anything gaming related?
Might streams Cyberpunk a little bit here. Not sure though. Other than that, probably just gonna get around the house. Nothing.
Yeah, for me, it's going to be a relaxing day mostly. I am going to be live on Twitch as well. Not sure if I've had in my mind to stream playing Maneater on Twitch, but I don't know if anyone's going to give a shit to watch it, though. Because what's that?
Out there that are there could be some people out there that are interested in. Like like sometimes I see some of the streamers that I watch, like sometimes they're streaming like some weird game. I'm like, kind of like, okay, let's watch this. See what type of game they're playing.
Yeah, because Man Eater was I think it was a birthday present. Yeah. Well, it was either a birthday present or Christmas present, but it was from my mom. So, and I had not gotten around to playing it, much like We Happy Few, which was also a birthday or Christmas present from my mom as well at one point. In the comments section, for those of you watching this after the fact, if you get this far, thank you for doing so, and I'll know that you had by what I'm about to ask you to guys to put in the comments. Comment which would you rather watch me stream playing, We Happy Few or Man Eater? Comment down below. Seeing as how there's nobody here live in the in the chat right now, so. But as it is, that's all we got for this episode of the DDG podcast. Hopefully we can have my brother back soon. Again, he is back home. That much I can say. But yeah. Wednesday, I don't know if we're going to do a Breaking Rocks. It depends if there's anything that's bothering us enough to talk about. As it currently stands, I would say we're not planning to do one Wednesday this week. But that has been subject to change like in a period of 2 hours before, so right? Josh?
Yeah. Exactly. It just depends on it just depends on
What
breaking news comes out.
Yeah, it depends on what comes to our attention and if you or I decide, is this worth like talking about? And if the answer isn't yes, then we're probably not going to bother. Generally. Which is kind of how I feel it should be with calling in sick at work. If the answer to the question of can I function at work and be a productive member of work in this condition, if the answer isn't yes, you should probably call in sick. Just saying. Actually, no, I think it'd be more accurate to say if the answer is no, call in sick. If the answer is anything other than no, go. At that point. Because if the answer is maybe and your boss determines, yeah, you should have called in, then agree and go home then. At that point. But it is what it is, folks. But with all that in mind, thank you to all of you who will be watching this after the fact. We appreciate you guys very much. And as I said, we will be back next Monday to talk about WWE 2K22 and how that's going. And anything else that might come up along the way gaming related between now and then within the coming week here. So, any last minute words before I say anything else?
No. Just hopefully all you guys have a good day today.
Yep. So with that in mind, shout out to Drunk 3PO. Railers are weird. Fuck Naughty Dog. Fuck CD Projekt Red. And please, dear God, let WWE 2K22 be better than the last game. And we will see you guys, if not Wednesday, then definitely Monday, right here. But also, like I said, you'll likely see us on Twitch in a little bit. So, on our respective channels, that being Joshy064 and Drew That Games on Twitch as well. See you guys in a little while.
See you guys.
Later, y'all.
Later.
And may the force be with us always.